I'm here at NAREIT's REITweek, and I have the pleasure of speaking with Jonathan Pong, Executive Vice President, CFO, and Treasurer of Realty Income Property Trust. Jonathan, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Therese. Thanks for having me.
Jonathan's going to talk to us about 3 opportunities for REITs today.
So I think the first opportunity is think about how you can expand your investable universe. As REITs, we tend to stay in our same swim lane. We think, oh, we're a retail REIT, we've got to buy retail, or we're industrial REIT. The only thing the market's going to allow us to do is to buy industrial product. I think for us, and we granted have the luxury of being a net lease REIT, which means we're not really tied to one property type. We've been able to expand our addressable market quite significantly over the last few years. We're invested in very high quality gaming casino assets, including the Bellagio and a joint venture with Blackstone. We also own a fee simple interest in the data centers. And the commonality of all of this is that it has a very similar return profile and very similar risk-adjusted attractive return that we've seen throughout the history of us investing primarily in industrial and retail properties. So I think if one can expand their horizons and makes you that much more robust of a capital provider to folks. And even on the international side, even if you want to stay in one swim lane, one property type, I think the international realm is right for REITs to utilize all of the resources that we've all been able to gain, especially those that have been around for a while, and really cross-border take those competitive advantages and create value for your shareholders. Number 2, I think, having more data than, most other real estate platforms is something that can be monetized or something that can be utilized in order to grow, in a more efficient fashion or to bring to the market some type of competitive moat that is very difficult to replicate. You don't have the data, you don't have the breadth, the depth, or the longevity of that data like REITs do. It's very hard to compete against them. So, we have a predictive analytics tool that's based off of machine learning that we've been developing in-house since 2019. We utilize that today because it's founded on different outcomes that we've been able to put into the tool over many decades of investing, where we have a pretty good sense at this point what makes for a good asset. Doesn't matter which property, the type, doesn't matter which region, doesn't matter which industry. There are certain elements that are founded on hard data outcomes that lead us to make better informed decisions on the asset management and on the asset underwriting side when we are investing in properties. So utilizing data, harnessing that, and utilizing it in the marketplace to advantage. And then finally, I think, public REITs, especially the larger ones that have established platforms, that have a track record, that have a team, that have a muscle memory of doing things very efficiently, should think about their investors not just as public REIT investors, but also investors that need to deploy capital into real estate that don't have the mandate to invest in stocks, but have a mandate to invest in very high quality platforms, very high quality assets that can be managed well for the long run. And I think that's really what we've been focused on. Some of the partners that we've been able to establish joint ventures with, they don't really have a REIT book in terms of publicly traded REITs, but they do have a lot of exposure on the real estate side. And that's really what we're leaning into because it really expands the reach that we can have and leveraging our platform. So I think those are the 3 main elements.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Therese.